With these can-do videos, you'll see real-life situations where you have to introduce yourself, talk about your family, or give your contact information. So, by the end, you can do them yourself in Chinese. This video is a small portion of our can-do course. To get the full course, including translations, grammar tools, and assessment tests, click the link in the description. Welcome to Can Do Chinese by ChineseClass101.com.
大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, I'm Yinru Li. In this lesson, you will learn how to talk about your occupation in Chinese.
This is Mark Li, and he's on a plane to China. He asks the passenger sitting next to him, Zheng Zhu, "Are you a student?"
你是学生吗？
Listen to the conversation and focus on Zheng's response. Ready?
你是学生吗？
我不是学生，我是投资商。
Once more with the English translation.
你是学生吗？
Are you a student?
我不是学生，我是投资商。
I'm not a student. I'm an investor. Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Mark asks, "Are you a student?"
你是学生吗？
First is
你
you,
你
next is
是
here, it's like the R in are you.
是
After this is
学生
student.
学生
Last is
吗
this is a question marking particle.
吗
This particle turns the sentence into a question. Altogether, it's
你是学生吗
literally, you are student, but it translates as, are you a student?
你是学生吗？
Remember this question. You'll hear it again later.
Now, let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Zheng says, "I'm not a student, I'm an investor"?
我不是学生，我是投资商。
First, Zheng says,
我不是学生
"I'm not a student."
我不是学生
First is
我
I.
我
Next is
不是
here, am not, as in I am not.
不是
This starts with
不
not. It's used to form a negative.
不
Next is
是
here, am, as in I am not.
是
Together,
不是
here, am not.
不是
Pronunciation note. When
不
is followed by a fourth tone, its tone changes from the fourth tone to the second tone. Listen to the pronunciation again.
不是 不是，
Altogether,
我不是，
I am not.
我不是
Next is
学生，
student.
学生，
Altogether,
我不是学生，
I'm not a student.
我不是学生，
Finally, Zheng says,
我是投资商，
I'm an investor.
我是投资商，
First is
我，
I.
我
Next is
是，
here, am, as in I am.
是
After this is
投资商，
investor.
投资商，投资商。
Altogether, it's
我不是学生，我是投资商。
I'm not a student. I'm an investor.
我不是学生，我是投资商。
The pattern is
我不是，
occupation,
我是，
actual occupation. I'm not occupation. I'm actual occupation.
我不是，
Occupation,
我是，
actual occupation. Imagine you're Emma Liu, a student.
学生，
Zheng asks you if you're a teacher.
老师，老师，老师。
Say, I'm not a teacher. I'm a student. Ready?
我不是老师，我是学生。
I'm not a teacher. I'm a student.
我不是老师，我是学生。
Let's look at some more examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
我不是学生，我是投资商。我不是学生，我是投资商。
我不是老师，我是学生。我不是老师，我是学生。
我不是老师，我是工程师。我不是老师，我是工程师。
我不是护士，我是医生。我不是护士，我是医生。
我不是学生，我是老师。我不是学生，我是老师。
不是，我是咖啡师。不是，我是咖啡师。
Did you notice how the last speaker starts by simply saying 不是?
Wondering how you can master these conversations even faster? Here's how. 1. Read along. You get the lesson conversation and translations inside our dialogue tool so that you see each word as you hear it and understand it all. 2. Practice speaking. By shadowing what you hear, you can also record and compare yourself with native speakers with our voice recording tools. And 3. Take our assessment tests and see how much you remember. These tools are part of our Can-Do course. Just click the link in the description to get them.
不是，我是咖啡师。
No, I'm a barista.
不是，我是咖啡师。
When directly responding to someone's question, it's often possible to simply answer,
不是，
here, no.
不是，
You are negating the incorrect statement and can then state your actual occupation. This pattern is
不是，我是，
occupation. No, I'm occupation.
不是，我是，
Occupation. You should be aware of this pattern. But for this lesson, we'll use the pattern
我不是，
occupation,
我是，
actual occupation. I'm not occupation. I'm actual occupation.
我不是，
Occupation,
我是。
actual occupation. Let's review the key vocabulary.
老师，
Teacher,
老师，老师。工程师，
engineer,
工程师，工程师。护士，
nurse,
护士，护士。医生，
physician,
医生，医生。咖啡师，
barista,
咖啡师，咖啡师。
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say investor? 投资商，投资商。And how to say I? 我，我。Do you remember how Zheng says, I'm an investor? 我是投资商，我是投资商。Do you remember how to say student? 学生，学生。Do you remember how Zheng says, I'm not a student? 我不是学生，我不是学生。And do you remember how Zheng says, I'm not a student, I'm an investor?
我不是学生，我是投资商。
我不是学生，我是投资商。Do you remember the question marking particle? 吗？吗？ And how to say you? 你，你。Do you remember how Mark Lee asks, Are you a student?
你是学生吗？
你是学生吗？ Do you remember how to say teacher? 老师，老师。And how to say engineer? 工程师，工程师。
Let's practice. Imagine you're Mark Lee and you're an engineer. Respond to Zhang's question. Ready?
你是老师吗？
我不是老师，我是工程师。
Listen again and repeat.
我不是老师，我是工程师。我不是老师，我是工程师。
Let's try another. Imagine you're Yinru Lee and you're a teacher. Ready?
你是学生吗？
我不是学生，我是老师。
Listen again and repeat.
我不是学生，我是老师。我不是学生，我是老师。
Let's try one more. Now, imagine you're Emma Liu and you're a student. Ready?
你是投资商吗？
我不是投资商，我是学生。
Listen again and repeat.
我不是投资商，我是学生。我不是投资商，我是学生。
This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Well done! Now you know how to talk about your occupation in Chinese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.